Hello. Or am I shiny? Yeah. As long as the glare's not on the camera. Whatever. Thank you, Hero. Zach's a good one. Dorgon's a good one. Dorgon? It's one of the top choices. Dorgon, Guy, Pain, Sephiroth. See if we can do this without without Shelga. probably not worth it. Because, yeah, during that last attempt, I only used Shell Go once. So what if I get a single Tiamat hit off? Big deal. Viable with just that Relic? None. Which Pain BSB? BSB2. BSB2 is End Water, which is really good in Final Fantasy X. But more importantly, it's a Water Katana. I guess to some people, the fact that it's End Water on Pain is better. Oh, you like making a single character viable for the last difficulty? I guess that's a much better question. I should have assumed that that's what you meant. Dorgon BSB. Pain BSB. A lot of buff things. Let's see what we got. We got Final Fantasy Tactics, ROMs of BSB2. Alma BSB. I don't know, Meta. Probably. Most of them seem like they do. Ivory's BSB. Yeah, that works. Having fun? Yeah, it is fun. What was after Tactics? Final Fantasy V, Dorgon BSB, Galoof BSB2. I don't know if that's going to be on the selection, but Galoof BSB2. Galoof BSB1. They really both work. Just whichever one you use depends on what kind of Barts you run and who you run Barts with. Festival should be in about a month. Hey, D-Rock. I've got a list that I can just click on. You too, huh, D-Rock? Very similar. Very similar to mine. Final Fantasy 12, any BSBs in there that are worth a damn? So the realm at the moment is pretty much centered around Ash's DPS. The only Imperil Lightning in 12 is on a Super Soul break. Yeah, maybe Rex. But it doesn't buff Ash. That's the only one I would think would come close. Seven. Kate Sif. Kachi. Sheed. Is that it? I think that's it. Zach works. Zach works. Yeah. I don't know why I forgot about Zach. Imperial Wind in Final Fantasy VII. It's pretty good. It's alright. It's go time. I'll put up my bet. Ten minutes. Oh, is Irvin BSB2 on the selection? That is a nice one. That's a tempting one. I took Go-Go with the last one. I think Moggs wouldn't be that bad. Riku's BSB2 at least gives her N water, right? That's the only way that she can get N water. As a water chain holder. Probably not that great in the Torment, though. Thanks, Omnislad. That sucks, troll. The Earth BSB. Alright. You can't expect anything from this pool. There is way too many things in it. Way too many bad things. They completely and utterly overwhelm the good things. Deleta LMR is pretty bad, if I remember correctly. Isn't that one of the attack stackers? So I know his LM2 is 35% chance to dual cast Spellblade. I don't remember him having a good LMR. I wouldn't say so, Light, no. That's a hell of a pull, Rob. That's like a banner pull. And a successful banner pull at that. Yeah, most people are gonna get crap. It's a crap banner. You're spending 500 gems for the selection afterwards. Nice. Irvin USB is a fire gun, green tea. 6-star fire gun. Nice, Asher. Paying BSB 2 for free. No, you don't. You do not need to ask for permission. Nobody but you can tell you whether or not it's a good idea to spend 500 gems. How long am I waiting? Well, how long is the selection active? 2 weeks? I don't know. Is there much reason to wait? I don't think so. I may wait just because I can't settle on something to select. It wouldn't be for like future poll reasons. Aren't we getting 2 more gem draws, like, in a couple days or next week? Neither of which I will do. So I don't care about those. Thanks, Rob. Does next Torment come while it's still open? It should. Yes. But I won't be pulling on any of the Final Fantasy VI banners. So, I mean, I'm going to go over the list of stuff and think about it individually. Seems like a lot, but I'm just going to completely discard stuff because I'm going to make the selection based on my needs. Guy BSB is a good one. Yeah. It's an Earth Axe, and the best DPS in Final Fantasy II is Maria. And being able to imperil for Maria is a pretty nice plan. Only problem there is I don't believe there is a Final Fantasy II Torment yet in Japan, so the likelihood that you will be able to have another chance in the future to select Guy's BSB is pretty nice. So the reason why you would want to select it would be for the Earth Axe rather than Torment. Thanks, Booger. Vincent does get Machinist 5, yeah. Got like 40 seconds left on the bet. And after that's done, I will pull. I will go over the selection list. And then I will leave. Unless something I pull here magically makes one of my Torment teams better, and then I should still leave. Alright, what are the bets? 11 on 2, that's what I like to see. 4 on 3, 2 on 4, 2 on 5. 1 on 1, that's it. Now we got a lot of people playing the odds. I hope I get 3 discos too. Well, I hope they're 3 good discos, not a triple, just total USB. RS wins, right? Okay, let's do this thing. How about Franz Super Soul Break 1? 1 of 11. There's a chance. It's a dupe too. Great. That looks really Hammer, is that Sync? Sync Burst, huh? Might be useful in the future. Could have been a hell of a lot worse. Could have been a hell of a lot worse. Congratulations on the Zap USB. Lock BSB 1, Tele BSB, or Mog BSB for tournament picks. Alright. Last pull command updated. Tele BSB is the thing of nightmares. Is it? Oh, yeah, the animation is... It's something to behold. Okay, we got Warrior of Light, BSB. I have his OSB, but that is not good enough. There's so many more better things on here. Garland BSB 1 is not good. Matoya BSB is not good. Sarah BSB, already have it. Echo, no. Master, no, because non-elemental stinks. Furion, no. Leon, no. Furion is actually isn't bad. It's just... Not anymore. Not anymore. Mumu, no. Layla, no, because poison is lol. Gordon, no. Joseph. I don't really care that much about Final Fantasy II things, to be honest. There is no Final Fantasy II Torment yet. There won't be for a very, very long time for Global. Guys, BSB is here is the only one that I care about. Hey, Daddy. Because this will likely still be good in the tournament, even 6 months from now. But more importantly, it's a plus Earth weapon that a lot of Earth characters can use. I have two Tifa ASBs, so that gives me 2 fist weapons. So that takes care of Tifa if I end up using her. And Galoof if I end up using him. But Bart's is the key, really. Bart's needs a weapon. So this one's something to think about for me. It'll probably get taken off, or just there'll probably be something better than it. Don't want Lunith. It's a dupe. Ingus. Nope. Never ended up with Ingus's chain, so... Onion Knight dupe, dash dupe, arc dupe. Arc BSB2 is just bad holy damage. Refia is a dupe. Aria. Oh god, healing in Final Fantasy III is a kind of a mess. Think I'd ever use Onion or Yuffie? Yeah. Yeah, Arc Super Soul Break 2 has just carried me for so long, I have not even thought about Final Fantasy III healing. And I'm not gonna worry about it here. I'll worry about Final Fantasy III healing later. This is not gonna solve any problems that I have. Cloud of Darkness would be a dupe. Oh, Cloud of Darkness Calcite Staff's a dupe. This is her BSB2. Which is kind of neat, but... I think Guy would be a better draw than that. My Final Fantasy IV sucks. There might be something in here for BSBs that I can make use of. Rydia BSB2? Probably not. Well, Garland BSB2 is not on the list. That's one reason. Another would be I don't have his trance mode, so I wouldn't get a whole lot of mileage out of Garland's BSB2. It's Final Fantasy 1, so it wouldn't help me in Torment. I do have Edward's Harp. That is a good selection because 50% attack buff and 20% Holy Imperil to help out Cecil's damage. That would be a decent Torment combination. Not quite Solus. The loss of the magic buff is pretty important. But the instant cast command is nice. What Palom loses in that magic buff, he gains in the ability to end lightning LMR with his BSB. Which is actually a pretty powerful combination. Palom BSB and LMR makes him a pretty powerful lightning mage. Tella's a good one. The problem is Tella's a good one if you plan on playing mages in Final Fantasy IV. I don't have any Final Fantasy IV, so I don't even know if my team there is going to be mages. I hope to get Palom's USB at some point, but this is a good selection for other people. It's just too non-specific. Well, it's too specific in a place where I'm non-specific. That makes sense. And Tella has a good ability pool, so he's a good buffer. He's just a really good buffer for the realm. If you're playing mages. Yeah, I would hope to have Rydia's USB too, as well as Palom's USB. And that would make Tella a great BSB to have for the realm. But I don't have either of those, and who knows? Bart's BSB 5 is always going to be a valid choice. I can take it on the Acolyte Archives, and that's something I'd want to wait on, so I'm probably not going to pull it, but or select it, but I'll just put it up there. Yes, I know Daddy. I talk about it quite often, actually. Up until this point, I've been saying I'll take either Vivi or Clouds, but I got Clouds, so Vivi is probably something I'm going to take. And on the USB Dream Draw, it is unlikely that Palom or Rydia, either Palom or Rydia will be there. If Palom USB is on the pull, I will immediately select it. Palom USB, yeah. Yeah, that is nice, Chaos. So Galoof has a couple interesting soul breaks. Pretty much, Garrett, yeah. Him and Vivi both have that distinction. I just, like I said, I have zero things for Final Fantasy IV, so picking up Paloms is more important to me. Plus, it's a lot harder to find Lightning Mages than it is Fire Mages. For sure. So, Galoof's BSBs are both good. His first BSB is Imperil Fire, which would be good on a Bart's Gilgamesh team. And Galoof's BSB2 is Imperil Earth, which would be good on a Bart's Dorgan or Bart's Kelger. Or, hey, if you want to be a hipster, you can play Dorgan and Kelger with Galoof. That's also pretty lore-ish. There's no way to fit Zazat into that crew. Unfortunately, Zazat is kind of an odd man out. He supplies a 6-star ice sword that somebody else can use. But anyway, both of them are pretty decent draws. Or selections. Let me check the coming Final Fantasy V banner. And see if on the Galoof Chain banner his BSB2 shows up. I don't... Something makes me think that it does not show up. It's been a while since I took a look at the banner. Yeah, it doesn't. So the coming Final Fantasy V event has a pretty nice banner that I plan on pulling on, with Bart's USB 2, Gilgamesh USB 2, Lena USB 2, Gilgamesh Chain, and Galoof Chain. Does not have Galoof's USB or Galoof's BSB there, which would be a pretty nice addition to an Earth Torment team. No, Vincent BSB1 is not good with the chain. It doesn't add to it at all. Vincent BSB2 is the one that adds to the chain. So, my current Final Fantasy V team, that's the thing, I suppose, is after pulling on this banner, ideally my two primary DPS in Final Fantasy V would be Bart's and Gilgamesh, which would make me a fire team, and I would like to use Galoof's BSB1. I just can't see myself selecting that here. I'll probably save another selection down the line to spruce up that team if it comes to it. Now, Dorgan's BSB is one of the better pulls, or better selections in the entire thing. I'm going to put that down just because, and I'll go over it with my final assessment later. It's Earth Armor, which is rare. It's an Imperil and a buff, an Imperil Earth, so it kind of accomplishes what Galoof's BSB does, except a little different. What Galoof brings to the fight is White Magic 4. What Dorgan brings to the fight is also a Dispel, but in his BSB you get a buff and an Imperil. And Dorgan is a pretty damn good Earth damage dealer himself with Earth Saber. So that's just a really good pick off of here. X Death No Go-Go is a Water Rod, still one of the only, maybe the only realistic water weapon in the entire game. I selected that off of the last selection. Kind of regret it because that was a completely Magicite related draw, but oh well. Ice Armor for Zazat's Helm. Lock BSB 1 is a sneaky hit because the Final Fantasy VI Torment is kind of the Terra show. Big surprise, right? And ways to increase Terra's damage are really nice. So Lock's BSB 1 being an Imperil Fire in the same realm as Terra makes it automatically a strong selection. Maybe it's something worth picking up for me. Made much, much better if you have Lock's LMR. That's a very good combo. I'll think about it. I'll actually think about it. Lock BSB 2 is only End Fire. Less interest in that. Can't really... Well, I wonder. Celeste's BSB 1 might be a thing. Probably not. Yeah, the self-buffing in Final Fantasy V is... or Final Fantasy VI is good. And it's not like she has anything to use the Unholy with. Until you get her ASB. Now that could be interesting. I don't know, here I said I was going to do this for myself, and now I'm thinking about Celeste BSB 1, even though I already have it, so I wouldn't select it. Celeste just gets so much extra Spellblade damage. Well, of course, we all wish there was a Holy Spellblade, but that would probably be overpowered, so that's why there isn't one. Shadow BSB is strong. Just because he's a ninja. Giving him Endark allows him to do some pretty crazy things with ninja abilities. That's also a Magicite draw, too. How often, what's the percentage chance for Bart's to quadcast Psychotic? I love how people say that Bart's just quadcasts when it's such a grim chance. Like, it's not overpowered to reset your game 15 times just to get the quadcast. Pain's BSB 2 is a water katana, yes. Her BSB 1 is water light armor. Anyway, Shadows is worthy of a choice. I wonder about Realm. Not really. Maybe. Yeah. Realms is probably good enough for a clear of the highest difficulty. Can't say no to Last Stand. If I had Realm USB, I wouldn't even think about her BSB. Unless that Last Stand is somehow useful in the Torment. Mog's BSB is interesting for creating a mage team in Final Fantasy VI. Kinda in the same vein as, that guy? Tella from Final Fantasy IV. If you have a strong Terra, and a lot of people do, and you want to try building a team around that, this is a pretty good choice. Useful burst commands, too. That doesn't happen often. Strago BSB... is water armor, but... it is and water. I can't... It's just kinda... No. Kefka BSB 2? Not really. If you have his LMR, it becomes a lot better. It's kind of one of those Squall-like build-up bursts. So you definitely want his dual-cast LMR. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if the Type 0 event was pushed a week. Tifa BSB 2 is Imperial Earth? Probably not. It's good with her LMR, but... or her N-Earth LMR. Not that great for Torment, though. That's the problem. I don't really care for either of Aerith's bursts. Yuffie's BSB 2 is instant Water Imperil. Not that great for Torment, but good elsewhere. Sephiroth BSB 2 is a Dark Katana. That's probably enough reason to like it. I'll put it down for me. I don't know why I would ever use it over the USB 2 though. So I would really just be getting it for the Dark Katana. Okay. Water Magic team isn't easy to put together yet. Kate Sith BSB. It's actually a pretty strong draw. Like a lot of the other like support stuff, this is a attack and defense buff, but it's also a 50% crit rate buff to the whole party. Which is kind of nice when you have something in the realm as powerful as Zack's Chain. Does overwrite Cloud's USB crit status though, so be aware of that. Shelf BSB, unfortunately it's a support debuff thing. Not that great for Torment. It's a Lightning Spear. Sid BSB is surprisingly useful. It's one of those, I would go so far as to say bugged BSBs where it does too much damage. I'd probably, in most configs, rather use Shulk, providing soul break points to Cloud and Zack, but Sid can operate as a DPS by himself with his BSB and contribute to, you know, wind damage type stuff. Yeah, if you were using Kate Sith and Cloud's USB or Kate Sith's BSB and Cloud's USB 1 together, you would want to, if you were to ever cast Kate Sith's BSB, you would want to cast Cloud's USB directly after it so you could overwrite that 50% crit rate buff with a 100%. But the problem is then the entry of the USB 1. Cloud's USB 1 would be a 50% crit rate instead of 100%. By using Kate Sith's BSB on a Cloud USB 1 team, you are nerfing him. Even if it's just reducing his crit rate on the USB entry. Even if you time everything perfectly. Rude BSB is interesting because it's a soul break for one of the White Magic 4 people in Final Fantasy VII. And White Magic 4 is a useful thing in the Torment. Plus it's an Earth Fist weapon. The only magical Earth weapon in the entire game that the magical Earth Chain holder, Red 13, can use. So that would be for a Magicite purpose. And a little bit for Torment. Ideally, you would never want to have time to use this, but some teams, including mine, actually do have time. Zack BSB is one of the better draws here, because it's Imperil Wind. And Imperil Wind just happens to be really good when, you know, your primary damage dealer in the realm is Cloud. Roof is kind of similar to Rude, White Magic 4. But this is an Imperil, right? Yeah, this is an Imperil, and you would want to use this if you were running Sephiroth in your team. So Rufus, Zack, no, Rufus, Rude, Kate Sith. It was the other one. There's one more White Magic 4. Not counting Aerith. Alina's BSB is a guild generator. It's a good RW. That's it. Oh, well, it is instant and it's Imperil, isn't it? I suppose it's a good BSB. Sorry. This is just a good BSB. Not so much in the Torment. Well, not at all in the Torment. But it would be a good BSB in Magicite. Instant Imperil damage is just good. And Geo. Yeah, I guess that's it, yeah. I thought it was another White Magic 4 person, but I suppose I really was just thinking of the Night 4 person. So Lena's is just a good soul break for Magicite. Squall BSB2 is one of the most powerful BSBs in the game. It's going to be a choice for some people, if you haven't selected it already. We've had opportunities to select it already, so I'm assuming most people have this by now. Zell BSB is a Fire Fist. BSB1 is a Fire Fist. Even though it has nothing to do with fire. Selfie BSB2. Is it 100% resistance? Curaga Medica? What kind of commands you got? Instant Curaja. So that's not a bad healer burst. Now, only the fist weapon is plus fire, but the soul break itself is 0 fire. It's all non-elemental. Lagoon is kind of interesting. Oh, that's True Light. I did forget about that momentarily. Laguna's BSBs are both good for different reasons. Laguna's BSB1 is an Imperil Lightning on one of the best machinists in the game. It's actually pretty decent. Probably not going to be used in the Torment, because there isn't much for Lightning in Final Fantasy VIII other than Raijin. But his BSB2 is N Ice, which is a pretty nice thing to have on a team that's probably going to include Rinoa and Squall. So this is a way for you to have a third ice damage dealer. The only other choice you have in Final Fantasy VIII is Adia, right? And both Laguna and Adia are good. I'd probably take Laguna over Adia. Irvin BSB1 is no. Irvin BSB2 is a fire gun. That's actually kind of interesting. I'm going to put that down. Because I plan on pulling for... Why do I want this? There's gotta be somebody out there, not Balthier. Because Balthier can use swords, and I have fire weapons I can give Balthier. I guess it's just for Vincent. Like, the fact that he's the magical fire chain, and the fact that I have no fire chains, means that Vincent is going to be a... Well, I don't have anything for Vincent, so I was wondering why I was thinking that. Guess it's still just based on Vincent and the fact that I'm probably going to pull for Vincent things when I see them. I'll put it down. Quista Snow, Ward no, Kira Snow, Cypher no, Adia, Ice Damage in Final Fantasy VIII. Would still prefer that Laguna, but this is the fourth character. Raijin, Lightning Hammer, yay. Fujin. I wonder how useful Fujin's BSB really is anymore. I used it on the last super boss, on Zeramis. Zidane. BSB1 is in peril, but... I think his BSB2, even though the commands aren't that great, is a way to give N-Win to one of the most powerful legend-dived characters in the game. Zidane's Trance Mode LM2 gives him instant cast thief abilities, so just being able to give him N-Wind and instant casting 6-star thief abilities, even 5-star thief abilities, is pretty powerful. Well, that's a bold claim, Einar. Yeah, I also disagree with that. Garnet BSB1 is a lightning weapon. I'd probably take her BSB2 over it, but... if you have that, you're probably not looking for another lightning weapon. Well, yeah, Einar. You have to have the chain. But you said Vincent's a waste on a non-magic fire team. You didn't mention he's a waste on a non-magic fire team without the chain. I don't really care for either of Eevee's BSBs. His BSB2 is good for a magic buff. It is Tri-Elemental. I don't know. It's fine. It's fine, but I think he could do better. Yeah, you run Onion Knight physical USB and Vincent's Chain, you have a pretty damn good start to a physical fire team. Edgar. Yeah. There's a possibility that I pull for Edgar in the future. Vincent Chain better than Gilgamesh Chain? Well, now you're arguing something completely different. No, not better. For a physical team, no. You said he is a waste on a non-magic fire team. That is what we are arguing. Is Vincent Chain better than Gilgamesh Chain overall? Yes. Is it better on a physical team? No. There you go. All of a sudden we have both chains. How did we get both chains? We were only talking about Vincent being a waste on a non-magical fire team. Are we all whales that we have all the chains in the game? All this stuff sucks, by the way. Aiko's BSB isn't bad. I don't really feel strongly about Kuja's. Not good in the Torment. And I wouldn't take something just to help out with killing Siren, I don't think. Titus BSB 1 is not good, but it is Source and Water form. Titus BSB 2 is extremely good, and probably good in the Torment. Yuna's Tiny Bee is probably the best selection on the entire in the entire draw. Riku's BSB isn't bad. It's an Imperial Water in Final Fantasy X, and kind of like the way Locke's BSB 1 works. Just kind of there to imperil the boss for the Water Titan in the realm, where Locke does it for Terra. Her BSB 2 works as well, but Riku just doesn't do a lot of damage by herself, so I'd rather use her soul break points to buff someone else's damage rather than her own. And with this, she could buff Pain's damage as well, which is important, because Pain is the second best water damage dealer in the realm. And her BSB 2 is actually one of the better draws, or better selections on this entire pull. It's a Water Katana, which is a pretty damn good thing for people outside the realm. And inside the realm, it's an End Water on a character with a 35% chance to dual cast Spellblades. And with 6-star Water Spellblades being pretty powerful, what is it called? Tempest Strike? It makes her actually pretty great to pair up with Titus. You'd much rather Pain's USB, but if this is what you can get, then that's fine. I have her Super, which is also End Water, and I don't think I would use her commands, so it's practically the same thing. Yeah, I wouldn't use these commands. So I would only really be taking this for the Water Katana. And I'm not sure that's enough reason, but I did put it down. Lulu Ice Armor. Kamari Water Imperil. It's actually pretty good. Water Imperil, and it has one of those always useful percentage health heal on first command. Kamari's is actually surprisingly good. I already have Riku's BSB, so I do have a Water Imperil already. So taking this wouldn't help me out that much, even though I would use Kamari over Riku easily. Yeah, if you already have Kamari's USB, that makes this a much better draw. But I was just talking about this alone. Ayame's BSB is still strong. But it's going to be hard to recommend Final Fantasy XI stuff. If I did, I guess it would have to be Karilla, Ayame, and maybe Lion. Lion's has a great BSB, but it's non-elemental. It is a good debuffing BSB. But it's a debuffing non-elemental BSB, so it's not really all that great in the Torment, unless the Torment has something like the Final Fantasy XII Torment does, where you need to debuff the boss. Or the boss maintains their buffs and just crushes you. Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at that quickly. We should have information on the Final Fantasy XI Torment now, don't we? Doesn't look like the boss self-buffs. God, that makes Lilith set really bad. Unless I missed it somewhere. All the other Wind Dragoons? No, it's mostly the entirety of Wind. There's quite a bit ahead of Estinian. So I guess Karilla and Ayame. Not that great for a selection. Von BSB is a pretty damn good selection because unlike Lions in the Final Fantasy XI Torment, Von's single target debuffing is actually pretty useful. Because not only are you debuffing the boss, which isn't that effective, but you're removing the boss's buffs, which is a hell of a lot more effective. Both your BSB2 is Lightning Imperil. On a pretty good Lightning Imperil character. Is probably his best soul break. Now, Penelo BSB2 is probably one of the better healer draws on here. I'm going to put it down. Because it's a Last Stand Kiraga Medica in a realm that doesn't really have much going for it. It should have a lot going for it healing-wise, but half of the realm's healing on Larsa is taken up by him spamming Status Blink, which doesn't really accomplish much against the Torment. So it's basically Penelo. And either you have Penelo's USB, or you want Penelo's BSB2. Those are the best healing soul breaks in the realm. And I'm pretty sure Penelo's BSB2 will eventually, if you've got the damage, be enough to solo heal a sub 30 of the realm's Torment. If you have Penelo's USB, would you pick up the BSB2? I still think it's a good draw. Kind of like kind of like Realm. Realm's a little different. Her USB's a little busted. But Penelo's BSB, well, I won't say it's better than Realm's. Realm's has an instant command. Penelo doesn't. Her first command isn't instantaneous. Penelo BSB on the area select, I think? It is, yes. It was Sync BSB. It's fine. Actually better than I was expecting. Venus a Dark Glove, which is actually kind of neat. I wouldn't take Larsa BSB anymore. Unless you're desperate for a form of status blink on a healer, but I've found that I never actually use Larsa, because I'd always just rather use Unicorn as my Magicite instead. These are 3 decent BSBs. Rex is a good buffing BSB. Haste, raise attack. It's probably still good even if Ashe is your primary DPS. Ashe is like Sid from Final Fantasy VII. It's just powerful. And it's lightning armor. That's cool. Yeah, like I said, it was better than I was expecting. Gabrant's BSB is Imperil Dark. Actually, not that bad. Because Vayne is in the realm, and Vayne's one of the best dark damage dealers in the game. Pairing them up together is actually a considerable amount of damage. No, I don't think so, E-Daddy. Lightning BSB 2 isn't bad, Imperil Lightning. Is there anyone else in the realm that can take advantage of that? Oh no. It's just her. It's probably enough. I mean, she's a pretty ridiculous form of damage output. Yeah, her USB is. So, Lightning BSB 2 is pretty good. Oh, Gabrant's BSB is a Dark Sword? That's his kind of interesting. Missed that. Don't really care for either of Fang's BSBs. Fang being a good character is kind of dependent on her having her USB. And if you have her USB, you have a form of N-Winds. So you have an Imperil Wind BSB here, but no one in the realm to use it with. She's the only wind damage dealer, and it's not like Lightning where, okay, she fuels her own damage with her Imperil. Fang is not quite to that extent, or quite to that, like, level. Sarah BSB is an Ice. Sarah BSB 2 is Imperil Ice. She's better. And at least she has someone in the realm that can take advantage of it with Snow. And Noel. So Sarah's BSB 2 might be good for you. Snow BSB 1 is Ice Light Armor. Snow BSB 2 is a buff. Like, it's a haste and attack and magic to all allies. It's actually a pretty decent fight opener. Snow BSB 1 is also a last stand. Hope stinks. Saz BSB is actually pretty interesting. It's attack and magic to all allies, and gives him 2 charges of instant cast. I'll trade away a haste. Now that we have the ability to use the haste ability, I'll trade away haste for 2 charges of instant cast. I may actually put that down. Saz BSB is really good. Might be the buff that I'm looking for in Final Fantasy 13. No BSB 1 is Nope. Nabat is Imperil Dark. Kind of interesting. I think I'd want like everything for Nabat and Reigns in order to use them. I'm not sure. Is it enough to have both of them? I'm probably going to give it a shot when the Torment comes around. I have Nabat's BSB and Sid Rain's BSB. I'd much rather have Nabat USB and add on Sid Rain's USB. Vanille BSB is a strong choice. Because it's still a powerful healing soul break. It's kind of like Pinello's BSB 2 from 12. I'm not gonna put it down. It's an epic dupe. Sid Rain's BSB, it's one of the best burst soul breaks in the game. So, do your research on that. Thancred stinks for now. Ida's BSB is not good. Papalimo's BSB isn't bad. Fire Rod, too. Alphino BSB is probably always going to be good, because it still has one of the most broken commands in the game. Especially when Alphino finally becomes an updated Wind Mage, when he gets his chain. I think his BSB and chain together would be pretty good. Ida BSB is Fire Fist, that's true. Shola BSB is, to date, still all you've got for decent healing in Final Fantasy XIV. That does change when she eventually gets her Brave Mode, but her Brave Mode will not show up on the next Final Fantasy XIV event. It's actually in a festival that's nearby. Minphili BSB is nope. Sid BSB is nope. Horse Broad BSB is nope. Estinian nope. Assail nope. Is Ishtola's USB 2 on a good banner? I think I remember it being on a good banner. I don't remember liking that festival that much. But I think her BSB 2 was on a decent banner. USB 2. Onion Knight ASB, Cloud ASB, Lightning USB 2, Onion Knight USB 3. Okay, yeah, that's good. Iris BSB is good. There isn't much healing in Final Fantasy 15. It's worthy of putting down. It's instant damage, but it's an instant attack and defense debuff. I'm not sure if the 15 Torment really wants something like this. Of course, Reddit's not working. You think Deadeye buffs himself? That's why I was going to check. I was checking Reddit to see the AI list for Deadeye. But Reddit's not working. Oh, but he doesn't have debuff commands anyway. So, unless he buffs his attack and defense specifically, this is not really what you're looking for. It's pretty much Iris here. Ramza BSB2. Always a hit. It loaded this time for me, Solus. Gafgarian's a dark sword, not much else. Wrath of BSB. Yeah, so if he only buffs his attack, then it wouldn't count. Prompto's BSB wouldn't cancel out the buff. Agrius BSB is Imperil Holy in a realm that has a couple holy users. Just a couple. So, that's always going to be a good thing. And Alma BSB can actually solo heal the realm. Alright, so my selections... Right, that's it. Everything? Or we got another? We have type... Oh my god, we have more. Never mind. Ace's BSB. Something about Ace's BSB, I just love it. I love instant damage on a character with an N-Fire LMR. And also instantly provides physical blink. God, I just love this BSB. Does it have a 5-hit fast cast command too? It actually just may be one of the best BSBs in the game. I'm gonna put it down because I love it so much. Deuce BSB is pretty good heals. Yeah, I would like Ace's LMR. Let me go check the future Type 0 event that comes out with the Torment. Does that have his N-Fire on it? It does. It does not have his BSB on it. Rem and Ash and I think some other self-healers like I forget. Can solo heal is a mat. Yeah, a lot of characters can do it. It's holy armor though. Yeah, Ace and Deuce. I guess Queen's not bad. She's got a good legend dive and 50% crit rate to party is okay. But I feel like with Type 0, you're reliant on Ace. With the way the relics kind of play out, you're relying on Ace in the Torment, and he doesn't benefit from the crit rate. And you're either using Ace for primary damage, or you're using Rem, also doesn't benefit, or you're using Jack, who, though he is physical, also doesn't benefit, because he's a samurai and super buffs his crit rate naturally. Alright, so I put down aces. Beyond. No. Fire thrown weapon, fire ice, or ice thrown weapon. They're actually both good relics. Okay, so I am finally at the end. Guy BSB, Bart's BSB 5, Dorgon BSB, Locke BSB 1, Sephiroth BSB 2, Irvin BSB 2, Payne BSB 2, Pinello BSB 2, Saz BSB, Iris BSB, Ramza BSB 2, and Ace BSB. I'll be back in a second. Oh, okay. How do I feel about this stuff? Is it more important to focus on 5-star Magicite or Torment? Up to you. How do you like the rewards? Do you like the rewards better for Magicite or Torment? I like the Torment rewards, so I focus on Torment, and I assume by strengthening my Torment teams that my Magicite teams will also be strong. It's not like I completely focus on Torment. I try to go for both, but my emphasis is on Torment. I guess first things first, what is on this list that is not on the Acolyte Archives draws that I have left to do? I have both Penella BSB2 and Iris BSB here, and they're both on the same selection. Saz BSB, I'm probably going to have to say no, because I don't think I'm getting very far in the Final Fantasy 13 tournament without pulling on the lightning. The lightning and snow banner anyway. Snow also buffs the realm. So we'll eliminate Saz. I can eliminate Irvin because I'm not going to select a fire gun for the possibility that I might get someone that can use it. Locke is an interesting one. I would so much rather Locke's USB 1. It's so powerful. But that is not a selection. God, this is tough. I always knew it was going to be tough. I'm actually surprised that the list is so short. Book 7 has Bart's BSB 5. Locke BSB 1, Tifa BSB 1. Bart's can use axes. Sephiroth 2. Rude. Don't want to take Rude anymore. Shit, that's right, Ingus Super Soul Break. That changes... I think that removes Guy. Ingus Super Soul Break 2 is an Earth Sword, and it's basically a lock for Book 4. That's gonna be Bart's weapon. Alright, I'll remove Guy. I think Penello might be a really strong draw for me. What books are Ace's Burst Soul Break available on? Do I have any left? If it was just 8, I wouldn't be here. Then I already took Rude BSB. So Ace still stays alive. Let me take a look at that tactics event in the future. Let's see how viable Ramza BSB2 is for me to take. We got Orlando USB, Agrius USB 2, Marsh USB, Ovelia USB, Ramza USB 2, Ramza BSB 2 is on that banner. Congratulations, Eraser. Okay, so I'm going to remove Ramza's BSB2. I already have his Shout Super. Well, I do think his BSB is much better. Now we're down to Bart, Storgon, Lux, Sephiroth, Pain, Penelo, Iris, and Ace. I think I'm going to have to remove Pain, because I do already have her Super Soul Break 2. So the Water Katana is not that much of an upgrade. Sephiroth 2. I really would just be getting it for the Dark Katana. Now, this is a really difficult choice. We're down to 7. No, Mark. Oh, did I not update the event list? Sorry about that. I love pushing everything on the list back by a week. That is my favorite thing in the world. Yeah, everything gets pushed back. Except for the festivals. Festivals are static. So weird. When I went into this, I wouldn't have thought I'd put Locke's BSB1 on here, but it just makes so much sense. What does Final Fantasy VI have? Oh yeah, right. Ideally, I'd want to be running Edgar as my Imperialer. Unless I had Locke's USB 1, that would change it. Because Celeste's ability doubling the fire spellblade is pretty powerful. It's pretty powerful. I think the multi-targets, though, have a low amount of health. Meaning that Terra can just Valley Garmanda them. Okay, so I'm going to remove Locke. There's a lot of uncertainty about the future of my Final Fantasy VI, because Celeste USB, Celeste ASB are both on a banner I probably will be pulling on in the coming festival, and I'm hoping that the Lightning Pickup banner that Japan got is similar to the one that we got, which has Edgar's USB, and Palom's USB, and Kane's USB on it, which is just a pretty super top end to a banner. Yeah, so if Terra's firing off, you know, if as much as she can, then all it takes is the dual cast Valley Garmanda and the enemies die. Oh, that stinks. Getting a dupe chain Golden Monkey. Must have been pretty exciting getting the 2 discos. Okay, next. Bart and Sephiroth are both on book 7. Oh, man. No, it's a holy dagger, Solus. If it was a fire dagger, it'd be insane. I would be congratulating him. Oxo SB isn't that good. I can't make a decision. Good morning, Adia. I'm down to Bart's 5, Dorgon, Sephiroth 2, Penelo 2, Iris, and Ace. I don't know, I can't make a decision. Is there anything in the next 2 weeks that could get me there? I'd throw out Iris. Probably, because it's not like I'm going to be able to do anything in Final Fantasy 15 anyway. And the next time I pull on a Final Fantasy 15 banner, it is very, very likely to have Iris on it. Or another healer. Some kind of healing stuff. Okay, I'm on board with that. I was getting blinded by the fact that I have Iris LMR. And having the dual cast along with the Astra burst would have been nice, but it's really not. It's kind of a lie. Penelo's BSB2 was on the Japan 3rd banner of the last festival. But as we found out during our last festival, those bastards are swapping out newer good BSBs for healers for old crusty BSBs that very few people want. It's just peace of mind, Solus. Do we know if there's any other BSB selections in the future that don't cost 3,000 gems? And I'm not talking about like group pulls, like OSB, BSB together stuff. Because it's very unlikely that I would take any of Bartz's BSBs with that. Because I don't want his OSB that much. Hi, Skillet. Oop. Sorry. Where's my water? So we're down to 4. Dorgan, Sephiroth, Pinello, and Ace. What do you got in your eye? Okay, I got it. No, I didn't. If I keep going after it, you're gonna attack me, aren't you? Well, I have been trying out some stuff in the Final Fantasy VII Torment Solace. Of using 3 DPS. And Sephiroth's pretty much that guy. I could try to use Yuffie instead. And if Sephiroth's that guy, I would very, very much like a Dark Katana in Realm for him. Elsewhere? I don't really think so. I do need to try out that team. It would, but I don't want to take Tifa's BSB1 yet. Pinello's is definitely a hell of a lot better than Sephiroth. So I'll remove Sephiroth because I think Pinello's is probably the strongest pull here. But I do have the option to take her BSB in the Acolyte Archives. The opportunity for Ace and Dorgan are no longer there, so I suppose that gets rid of Pinello. Dorgan and Ace, we're down to 2. No, I haven't chose Book 7 yet. I chose book 8. Dorgan and Ace. Dorgan would be specifically for 5 Torment. Yeah. Ace BSB is... No, I don't, but... I don't have his LMR. But I may pull on the Type 0 banner for the Torment, which does have his LMR on it. How useful would Ace's BS be for Nox Suzuku? Alright, Skill, you want to be a movie star? Let's be a movie star. There you are. Skillet stream now. Oh, she left. Sort of. She went down. Does Nox Suzuku deal physical damage? No. No. Alright. It looks like I'm taking Dorgan then. Are you sure about that, Rampage? Because I don't think that that is a debut relic, so I'm pretty sure it may not be there. Alright. I'll let this one sit for a little bit, but it looks like Dorgan BSB is a pretty solid choice. Problem is I may not even use it. No, it's not a debut to Rampage, so it may not be there. It was on the Japanese banner 4. So Dorgon would only be used on an Earth team. I'm kind of required to use Galoof. So I may use a fire team. All it would take for me to use a fire team would likely just getting Gilgamesh USB 2. So what's the possibility of me actually using an Earth team? Yeah, the Relic is good. I do have 2 Earth Armor, and I'm probably going to have more after pulling on the 3rd banner of the festival, which has both Tifa's LMR. We'll hopefully have Tifa's LMR, but we'll definitely have Maria's LMR on it. No Psychotic. No, her ASB is a fist weapon, her USB 2 is a bracer. Alright, well, anyway, I'm gonna think about it. Dorgon BSB is probably the choice. As you can see, I am not in a recliner. Congratulations, Jose. Awesome pull. Thanks, Troll. We already established that. Alright. Does anyone have any last minute questions? Before I get out of here? When is Persona 5? Tonight. When I get home from work. Oh, the betting. Only one person bet on one. Who was it? Got noodles. Not very, Troll. Happens a month after the festival. I only have so much excitement. Because keeps betting one, and I keep pulling one. I'll be excited about 5-star Magicite after the festival is done. I don't know. What's the parades on this festival? They're the same thing? If so, probably. Skillet. That's my water. 5 mithril again. Okay, maybe I'll get Ace BSB on the Type 0 one. Yeah, I'll probably do them all. I might omit 1 or 2. Final Fantasy 14 stinks. Alright. Have a good night, everybody. Until later tonight, Persona 5 time.